Hello, everybody. My name is Paula Cooper, and welcome to week 6. This week, we have been learning about attraction and close relationships, and also about helping others. This is chapter 9 and 10. I'm going to start talking about interpersonal relationships, and we're going to talk about how people form relationships with each other, how we have the need for being with others or to have affiliation, and what is the problem about loneliness. Also, we're going to be talking about situational factors that influence initial attraction to specific others. And also, we're going to talk about different types of close relationships. And I'm going to start mentioning some topics that are very common in society or in a chat with friends, like friendship, love, dating, reproduction, marriage, divorce, sex. All those topics are very interesting for us as humans. It's part of our daily basis because we are always in touch with others. And if it's not in a romantic way, it's going to be with friends or it's going to be with coworkers, and there's going to be always something that it has to do with being close to other people. And we need to understand a little bit about how we think and how we work as humans. And also in this time that technology is everything, or there's so many TV shows or dating apps or dating sites, if you're familiar or not with it, well, this chapter talks a little bit about it and how it has become something important, because sometimes it's hard for us to be in person with other people or be involved in different activities, achieving the goal to meet someone, or have new friends. So this chapter explains a little bit about that. And well, from my point of view and my experience, I can say that it's a little bit tricky. And if you're not familiar with it, just be careful if you're interested in trying it. Based on my experience, it worked for me. It did work for me because that's the way I met my husband. And it was like a very interesting and a different type of experience for me. And well, at the end, it worked because we fell in love, we got married, and I moved to this country to be with him and start a new family. It's not easy, but it's something that is very common now. And if you know what are your limits, where do you want to go with it, or what do you want to achieve, well, it might work for you if that's something that you are interested in doing. As social beings, we like to be with others. We like to work together. We like to play together. We like to live with other people. And that's the need for affiliation. We have the desire to establish and maintain many rewarding interpersonal relationships. So we need to be in contact with others, and we need to have the feeling that we belong to something. If we can't satisfy the need for affiliation, we might start feeling lonely, which can lead us to have depression and other mental illnesses. Loneliness is a very sad emotional state. And in my case, I can give you the example. When I moved to this country, I started feeling kind of lonely because I didn't know anyone. I didn't have friends and I didn't have family with me. And now I understand after reading this chapter why we need to be in contact, and why also some doctors suggest just to exercise the social skills so that we don't get to the point we can get mental illnesses. Affiliation is the first step in the formation of a social relationship. Then the attraction process will start. This is a model of 2 stages for the attraction process. And if you can read here, it can have a negative or positive outcome. So depending how attracted we feel to the people we're trying to know, how many similarities do we have with them, we're gonna stay in the relationship or continue building the relationship. If the similarities are not that strong or we don't feel like we're alike, we probably gonna stop having the relationship with that person and we're gonna move to the next one. Being attracted to people can be frustrating, but also having a close relationship can be frustrating. But when we get to the point where we're close to that person and we have built a relationship, it's called intimate relationship. This intimate relationship can have 3 components. That is feelings of attachment, affection, and love, fulfillment of psychological needs, and interdependence between partners. Not all intimate relationships contains all these ingredients, but if the relationship contains 1 or 2, still an intimate relationship. As we know, every relationship is different. And there's a theory called stimulus value role theory that it talks about 3 different stages in an intimate relationship. The stage number 1 is the stimulus stage, in which attraction is sparked by external attributes such as physical appearance. So the attraction is the first stage. The second stage is the value stage, where attachment is based on similarity of values and beliefs. It's when you feel you have a good match in beliefs and values with the other person. And the stage number 3 is the role stage. It's when you have a commitment with that person. If it's a partner for life or is a person who you want to spend the rest of your life, it can become a marriage. So the third stage is pretty much when you get serious about it. There's also 2 more theories about intimate relationships, and this is 2 theories that keep track of the gains and losses. So the social exchange theory is a perspective that views people as motivated to maximize benefits and minimize cost in their relationship with others. And the equity theory is that people are most satisfied with a relationship when the ratio between benefits and contributions is similar for both partners. So in these 2 theories, what it's saying is that pretty much people start measuring what they're gaining in the relationship, what is the contributions, benefits, and cost of having an intimate relationship. There's 2 types of relationships: the exchange relationship and the communal relationship. The exchange relationship is which the participants expect and desire strict reciprocity in their interactions. And the communal relationship is which the participants expect and desire mutual responsiveness to each other's needs. Also, there's 3 different attachment styles. As you can see here, I'm going to mention it, but it's like pretty obvious what it means. The secure attachment style, the avoidant attachment style, and the anxious attachment style. Now we're going to talk about helping others. Why do people help? There's a pro-social behavior that are actions intend to benefit other people. And that's in our genes. When we want to help others, it's because it comes from our evolution as humans. And there are some evolutionary factors that we're going to talk about. The reciprocal benefit and altruism is one of the evolutionary factors. We know there are risks and costs when we help others. But we know at some point we're going to receive the help in return. And also there is the indirect reciprocity. That is when we see other people helping others, we tend to help the helper. So in these pictures, we can see the military forces helping people that need food. So this is altruism. There's people that are made to help others without expecting anything in return. And the indirect reciprocity in the other picture is when we see the cost of some organization or some people helping other people, and we are going to contribute to that, like the food bank. Also, two more evolutionary factors are the in-group favoritism, whereas when we discriminate in favor of our in-groups, it means to people from the same citizenship that we have, or maybe people that are in the same condition we are, and we're going to discriminate other group and tend to help the in-group people. And the kin selection is when we help people that are relatives, genetic relatives. They have our genes and have a greater likelihood of survival. So we believe in helping our own family. When we ask the question, who do we help? We also talk about motivational motives. So there's two motives why we help people: the egoistic motive and the altruistic motive. And the egoistic motive, we are concerned about our own selves. We're looking cost benefit, we're looking for payment, and at some point reciprocity on the credit, like if I help you, I hope you help me in some point. Also, some people look to have praise and honor, increase self-esteem that will make them feel better if they have a bad mood, and also they want to gain heaven if we want to see it in a spiritual way. And we also tend to help family before helping other people. When we talk about altruistic motives, we can see that there's people that are made to help others, like firefighters, police officers, or some other people that are missionaries. They want to improve another's personal welfare, and they're not looking for a personal benefit. They feel compassion, sympathy, and empathy, which those three words have pretty much the same meaning. I just put it here for you to read it and just see the difference between those. And also, I want to mention that there was a study called bystander effect, that it tells us that when some people don't help other people and they're in a group and they see they're not helping others, then tend not to help. They tend not to do anything to help the people that are needing help. So if helping is in our genes, why there's some people that help more than others? It's about culture, it's about country, it's about personality. So this is questions that I have been making to myself, because sometimes it's hard to help others that are not related to us. So I have two questions for you guys. My question number one is, as Christians, we should know there will always be poor people in the world. What can we do to get involved in helping the poor as God tells us to do. And number two, we also learned about relationships. What is your attachment style and what is the positive and negative outcome from it? So that's all, guys. Thank you for listening.